Megan. I'm so sorry that it's taken me so long to go and get these videos to you. So I appreciate your patience and wanted to show you the first one. So I think I mentioned in regards to your upper traps where you're holding a lot of tension. And so I know I've done like a video using these, they're yoga tune-up massage therapy balls. So if you have something similar to that, or a tennis ball can also work as well, then I think that can be a really great tool for you to use. I don't remember if I gave you a video of this one, but what you're gonna do is the tennis ball or the massage therapy ball is going to sit just along this area, so just along your upper traps, wherever it is that you feel a lot of those knots or that tension or that tendency for you to want to kind of draw the shoulders up. And so what you're going to do is you're going to be lying down and you're going to place that yoga tune-up ball in that spot, okay? And then the arm that, or the area that you're working on, you're going to lift that arm up, so it's going to be overhead, and you can keep it soft so the elbow can be bent, and it's going to be just laying on the ground. It's going to be relaxed. So you'll bring yourself kind of into like a bridge position. So you'll lift the hips up, and then you're going to allow your body to glide. So you want to think of this ball kind of moving in like a C curve. So it's kind of starting just along the top, and then it migrates its way down. So hopefully you heard. So it's just moving just on the top, and then it's moving over. So you might even feel it rolling over like the spine of the scapula. So it might roll a little bit over bone, but that's totally fine because there's also lots of muscles over there. But then that can be a really great way just to massage. So I'm just showing the direction that you want the ball to go, which is what you're going to be doing when you're lying on the ground. So I'll just show again. So you'll be here. You're going to lift up into a little bit of a bridge. And then you're going to allow your body just to move. So if I'm working on the left shoulder, I'm moving my body to the right. Okay, and then you just keep your hips up the whole entire time as you're moving through that. And then you can move it into some different spots. But that can be really helpful just to decrease some of that tension that you're feeling in that shoulder. And so I mentioned 2 other exercises. I didn't write everything down, so if there's anything that I forgot that I mentioned, please let me know. But I think we identified that there might be some weakness in the mid-traps, lower trap area. So a really great exercise in order to do for that is you're going to be lying on your belly. So I'm going to face this way actually. So lying on your belly. And so the mid traps, when you're working on that, that's pretty much right in between your shoulder blades. So with that exercise, you're going to open your arms out, kind of like out to the side, and the thumbs are going to be up. Okay. So you want to even have like a washcloth or like a little towel or something, so your nose doesn't press into the ground. But you're just going to have it at your forehead. And what you're going to do is then you're going to lift the arms up. So you want to make sure you're not moving from your upper traps. You want to feel the work in between the shoulder blades, okay? So I'm just going to show and then I'll talk. So all I'm doing is just moving my arms up. So the thumbs are pointing up, they're just moving up towards the ceiling. Again, you should feel the burn in between the shoulder blades as you're doing it. I would go nice and slow and controlled, so that way you make sure that you're not moving through the upper traps as you're doing it. And then the one for the lower traps, so it's kind of almost like or call like this one like a T, then the lower traps are going to be a Y position. So the arms are going to be a little bit wider than the shoulders. Again, thumbs are going to be pointing up. And you're going to relax your head down, and again I'll show and then I'll talk. So you want to ensure that, again, as you're doing the one for the lower traps, that you're not moving through the upper traps as you're doing it. Obviously, I'm hoping that when you work with a trainer or when you're at PT, this can be an exercise that they give to you but then they can also just check to make sure that you're not engaging those muscles. You can also do one side at a time, have one hand like resting there, maybe someone take a look and see whether, you know, the shoulder is drawing up while you're doing it. So I like that one, but another one, you know, as it gets a little bit easier or a little bit more of a challenge, is that you can use a ball, you can use a block, and then you want that arm to be going over it. Hopefully you can see. So the arm is going over it. So just I'm still in the same position right here. It's too. Okay. And I like that one. It's purely all in my shoulders as I'm doing it. So I'm keeping the rest of my body quiet. I also might try to press my pubic bone in towards the ground. So that way I'm kind of creating a little bit of engagement and I'm not moving through my hips as I do this movement. So I'm hoping those were the 3 exercises that we covered. Let me know if you have any questions. And I think the last thing that I mentioned was just like, you know, in regards to positioning when you're, you know, on your phone, laying in bed. So again, just to make sure that you're in a reclined position. So you're in a reclined position, have some pillow support behind you, have a bunch of pillows, you know, on your forearms. So that way then you can still be able to look at your phone and not have to, you know, put any tension in the upper part of the body. So hopefully that's helpful, and yeah, just give me some feedback. Let me know how those are feeling for you. Okay? All right, take care. Bye.